Hello, traders. Wow. Well, here we're about to open up the London session. We have around, what is that, 13 minutes. So before I begin, here's my disclaimer in this regarding this live stream. Any comments made or any trades taken during this live stream is strictly for educational purposes only, to illustrate how I trade the KT, our strategy, the KTC strategy, and just basically explain how I enter the trades. Again, it's strictly for educational purposes only. I do not provide any type of signal services whatsoever. Um, if you still want to copy my trades, do it at your own risk. I'm not responsible for any losses on your eval or your funded accounts. Again, that being said, any past performance is not indicative of future results. Once again, I am not. I do not provide any type of signal services whatsoever. Let me see if I can get my screen on here. Share. Okay, let me get my other screen here. What's this other one here? This is the one. Okay. So let's see what's going on here. I just happened to open my chart just now. I haven't really looked at it. So it looks like looking at the 5 minute, you can see we're steady going up. It's not even touching the mid band here. This is a 5 minute chart. It's basically bouncing off the 21 EMA on the 5 minute. You can see. So you actually see we're having a uptrend. Now let me see. Do I got this right? Same. Okay, that's what I want to get. I'm getting into this
Order filled.
trade right now. So it looks like it's going to try to test that high up there. Let's confirm that with this other the Renko charts. There we are. Just bouncing off this on the 5 minute chart. We're bouncing off that fair value gap. Let me bring in my ticker in here. Oops, wrong one. Hello. Hey, Ivan. See where we're at here, right? So, man, it broke. It actually broke that that much more break of structure. But the thing is, let's see if it bounces off the what's call it, the mid band here. Let me just bring this up, maybe up to here. Yeah. Technically, it's been going off the mid band here. You can see on our this is the Renko chart consistently. This may be the last hurrah bouncing off, so that's why it's coming down. We're actually creating lower highs. See, I don't see that in my 5 minute chart, right? You see the lower highs? That means it created a lower. It did create a lower low technically. This is trying to get up, so this might be the wrong trade coming down. You can see, our MACD coming down here. This may be the wrong entry trade, but I'm just basing it on what I'm looking here when we hit the mid band, right here. That's what I'm basing it on. Now I might get stopped out. That's fine. A very minimal stop out here, but I am doing this according to the structure. Basically, it's bouncing off the mid band. So let's see if we'll continue that. But then again, I doubt that my probability is not really that high because of what's going on here, right? On the MACD. Trying to find out where a pointer I can use here because the thing is the previous pointer that I used just kept on dragging my thing. So let me see if I can find the one here. So there, maybe it might be going up. So trust again, we're getting lower highs. It might test this maybe down here, right there. May do a double top. Trying to look for a download here. Let me see. Yellow. So I know I had a. See, this is going down. See that? So now we're getting some. Because of this, we have momentum going down. So if you look at this, right? You're going from here. Are we getting? Are we getting any type of divergence? Not really. Well, you go from here, right? That and see we're getting lower highs. Same thing here. It's going down. So really no divergence. I just want to see it get past this mid band to make sure that it's going down. I am just trying to look for something here. Let me see downloads. We got 7 minutes before the opening, so we'll see how this reacts. There it is. I found it. Yeah, it's kind of dead. I'm looking. I'm trying to change my mouse here. I'm just trying to figure out where that got downloaded. So don't mind me. I'm just looking. yellow. Yeah, it still doesn't know where it wants to go. Oh, I had it here before. I was looking for it. There it is. What is that called? Yeah, it's pretty slow. Again, watching paint dry. Okay, this is where. Oh, I can hear that was coming down with his. Oh, no wonder it's opening. So let's see what it's going to do here. Let's see what it does. There we go. Okay, I just finally found out a way to do my mouse so you guys can see it. There. It doesn't. Oh, wow, that's weird. It doesn't want to show on here. So, anyways, I can't really use the mouse on this application. So this may be coming down. We're not below the zero line yet. I want to see it break that zero line because it may still pop up. That's the reason why. I want to make sure it really does. Remember, there's those times where you see it pop up and missed my stop. Maybe the opportunity here because we're not really right here. Look at what it did here. Look at this. Same thing over here, right? And then popped up. It may do the same thing here. So we'll see. It's not even. We don't see that this sign right here, or this signal where it's going below or above, like this, when it actually gets below the zero line. This one just barely just touches it. It didn't produce that signal that we're below the zero line, and you see it coming back up. So let's see what's going to happen here. You can see when it's doing the same thing. I'll be enhancing my live stream. I'll be doing on OBS software. Right now I'm using StreamYard, but this time you can see my face with a chart. Trying to learn how to configure that. So let me see here. So slow. And again, it's been making the moves before the opening. See this? When did we start making this right here? This is at 10, right? This move right here is at actually 2:48, which is around 3 o'clock. That would have been a great move. Again, that would have been, I'm trading micros here. I have 4 contracts. So let's see, I get up here, right? So that target is 144 times, how many contracts do I have? 4. So 144 times 4 actually is what, 500? Yeah, 576. Good trade. I'm sure I would have scaled in. Eugene, if you don't want to see it, then why are you viewing this? This is basically, I have the deviation. If it's too busy for you, that's fine. You don't have to watch. I'm not forcing you to watch this, Eugene. If it's a mess for you, get off. It's not helping you in any way, get off. Again, this basically this live stream is really for my students because they know exactly what I'm looking at. Not like people who don't even know what they're trading at. Yeah, like I said, there's some preferences. If this is too much, I have again the basic students that I have that don't have this. This is too advanced. Well, but what I do show here is basically the deviation levels and the VWAP deviation levels, basically. Again, I don't expect anyone who doesn't know the KTC system to really understand it. So it's like trying to read the Bible. If you don't have the Holy Spirit with you, it's like gibberish. You don't know what you're reading. So not everyone, like I said, this live stream is not for everyone. It's basically based on the students uh, that learned how to trade this. So he's bouncing off the mid band of the Keltner channel. So now if you look in a 5 minute chart, which is a lot more cleaner, right here, is basically bouncing off the 21 EMA. See that? And also we're getting back into this fair value gap. And that's the reason why I still have possibly, it may still go up, but again, there's my risk. It's around 200. That's fine. See, it may just bounce off here on the fair value gap. Again, we're bouncing off on a fair value gap, a bullish fair value gap if you look at the 5 minute candle. If you look at the 5 minute chart, right? There, see? It's trying to bounce off. Let's see the close of that candle or where it's going. So, again, this market is slow. Once the London session started, just like yesterday, what did it do? Once it opened, it really did anything. You waited until maybe 5:30 or something like that. Actually, I was profitable yesterday, but I had to wait. Okay, so now what we're seeing here now, see this? We're now crossing below the zero line on the MACD. This will eventually come down. It's just trying to retrace back up there. But, with this, it's already below the zero line. So I can take a loss right now, minimize my loss, but it looks like it's trying to get up there. Trying to make one last push. So I'm not going to close it just now. I want to see where actually, if it does close my trade out right here. Let me bring this down. Look at that. It just missed a bit of one tick, right? So just bring it down there. Again, this is saying that it's below the zero line. It may just come here and then come back up because that's what we're seeing in the price action. Now, if it does continue coming down, that's fine. But we gave it a chance that it may try to get back up. But with that said, what are we seeing here? We're seeing lower highs, meaning lower highs will produce lower lows. Good question. A minute chart. That would probably be the 20/4 setting. What's the equivalent of minute? 1 minute. Yeah, 1 minute chart. I think that's your question. Oh, you don't have Ninja Renko, or you don't like Ninja Renko, Sean. It's a lot cleaner. You can actually see the chart. I mean trends and all that, and you can see the actual price action a lot. You see the price action a lot clearer with the structure. Ah, yeah, what I taught you. I'd rather, that's why I kind of tweaked the system that I taught you, and everyone who took the which one day trading academy. So basically, what I took that I took the tick chart and basically tweaked it to a Renko chart. Because again, if you look at that tick chart, it's not as clear. There's a lot of up and downs, right? Yeah, DTA. Yeah, you may want to look at this Ninja Renko. It's a lot cleaner than the tick chart. What are you trading, Sean? You trading NQ or I mean MNQ or are you trading MES? See, like I said here, it's going to come down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out because it's actually coming down.
Order filled.
And there's my loss. So what is it? 137. Yeah, that ain't bad on a 150K account. Okay, so I would recommend on that tick chart, try or on a Ninja Renko. What setting do you have right now, Sean, on the ES and MES on the Ninja Renko? What setting do you have right now? 8x4, or I mean 8/4. Yeah. So what setting do you have right now for ES? Are you using the tick chart? Okay. Try this. Go to Ninja Renko and then put the following settings on. Okay. It's going to be like, for example, here in the Ninja Renko that I'm using right now. You go to data series here. For ES or MES, try what's the setting I had? 16 by 8. Okay, 16 here, brick size 8 of the trend threshold, and see how that works for you. 20x4 can work on MES, but look at maybe at 16. What is it? 16 by 8. Try that. Ivan, you too as well. See what you like better, the 20x4 or the 16 by 8. Because right now the recommendation is 8x4. It's kind of there's a lot of noise in that. So I recommend either by 16. You can double it to maybe 16 by 8. Try those out, Ivan and also Sean. Because to tell you the truth, that MES or the 2000 tick chart is a lot. That's a lot of. I mean, that's the big bars for MES. You get a lot of entries there, Sean. Probably not based on a 2000 tick chart. So here we're coming down here. It looks like we're gonna be coming down, and I'll probably take a sell here. So I don't. Yeah.
Order
See, my
filled.
risk is that it's exactly where I want that risk to be. That's the reason why. Now, question is, how far will this go down? Now, most likely, the next swing is way down here, so that's where I'll probably try to go. Right there. He's gonna try to break that or get down there, cause a double bottom. Right now, we don't even have the momentum to get down. It's really slow. Again, we have a swing here. So what I want to do here is basically see we're getting lower highs here, right? We're getting lower highs. Here's another lower high. If this continues coming down, then hopefully it gets down to here. And that's a good target. Why? Because we're at the 0.5 deviation, that yellow line. Yeah, try those settings out, Sean and Ivan, and let me know. Yeah, that 2000 tick chart is a little too big. Yeah, not too many. That's the reason why. Yeah, it's very slow. Yep. Because basically that, the tick chart is based on volatility or the volume or number of transactions. And you don't really get a lot during the London session or the Globex session. That's why you need to lower down or small, based on a tick chart, you may want to get that down maybe a 610 tick chart, like when we were trading before, Sean. Right now, I'm using this with this MNQ. I'm using a 64 by 16. In fact, you can use a 20 by 4 the way this volatility is right now. you can use a 20x4 on the M&Q. Anyways, well, let's see how this moves. Let me take a. I'll be back. I need to get something, so I'll be right back. But I have the chart on. If you have any questions, just put it on here, and I'll answer those. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Okay, Sean, let me. I'm just playing with the moon. Okay, so Sean, I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna text you. You're in Telegram, right, Sean? You're in Telegram? So what I want to see, what I want to see here, because right now we're approaching the -1 deviation level. Now, those of you who know deviation levels in VWAP, it's really that's how these institutional traders use those deviation levels. So this system is really what you see here is really more of a tweaked up, stay in your lane strategy that's brought up by Futures Fanatic. He trades it, but he basically doesn't have all these lines. He basically just has the deviation levels and the VWAP and the 233. That's what he has. I just tweaked it more so I can see the 1.5 deviation line, which is right here. So right now we're here at the mid band. I have the Keltner channel also on here. You have the upper band here, right up there. This is the upper band of the Keltner channel. This is the bottom of the Keltner channel. So in between we have what we call the mid band, and usually that's where you see how price is bouncing off that mid band. Same strategy that I've been teaching before. It was a strategy based from my mentor, Marcello Arambide of Day Trading Academy. And so what I did was I took that system that I learned, and that's how I learned how to trade futures, but his system was based more on the ES. And yeah, ES. So what I did was tweaked it over to not only ES but also MNQ now, and I just tweaked it. But now just using Ninja Renko rather than what's we call it, because he used a 610 tick chart. Do you use Very at all? Uh, Something similar to that. During the morning session, Matthew, I trade the initial balance. And if you look at my live stream, you can go look in my previous channels or my recordings. They're all recorded there. On the New York morning session, you'll see when I trade the, the initial balance. It's almost the same, very similar, except the initial balance it gives me when it breaks the upper what should we call it, the upper range or the lower range, it gives me these extensions where I can those are using my profit targets, and it works really well. So just look at my channel there. There's all the recorded sessions or live sessions there. Look at the New York morning session. And actually, yesterday I made yesterday was kind of I got out and I was in a loss, but I started trading it like more in the afternoon, and I was able to make 3,000. So right now, um, on the PA that I'm trading right now, which is on here, I'm already I already surpassed the goal. So I need until Monday I can withdraw another 2750. I just recently just withdrew 2,750 from Apex on 150k 150k evaluation. So next week I'll be able to do the same thing. So that's like 5,500 for a month, and I have other PAs that I can actually withdraw as well. Okay, Sean, I'll be texting you. Yeah, yeah, you won't find it in Integer. I give I it's another separate indicator. Here, I'm gonna send you something, Sean. Let me just get it. So here, see this? What is it doing? If you see that going, it's trying to test this. That's what it's doing. Is really trying to test a pullback actually, because we're below the zero line here. So what it's trying to do is really fool a lot of trades that trying to get up. But you can see here, it's really bouncing the 21 EMA. That's what's testing that 21 EMA, which is the yellow line. The 21 EMA, I use that like, if it's angling down, that means the momentum is changing now to the downside. Yeah, let me Sean, let me just text you maybe after this, or let me see if we can find out what I'm trying to get here. See, that was basically a brief pull. See that? That was just a brief pull into the 21 EMA. Because we're below the zero line. That's definitely gonna be going down because we're already below the zero line of the MACD BB. Just we don't have momentum. That's the only thing. Hey, Sean, do you prefer Telegram or Messenger? I know do I see you in Telegram here? Let me see if you are. Oh, here you are. Yeah, you need. I Well, I can't send you anything on Telegram because you have to add me to your contact list on Telegram, Sean. They're trying to send something. It says there, we're not. I don't. It says there, I'm not in your contact list. So add me to your contact list in Telegram, and I can send you messages. Okay. Instead of I sent it to your there. Okay. Oh, I guess I sent a message to the wrong Sean. Okay, that's good. You sent me that. Okay, so let me send that. I sent it to your messenger, Sean. I sent the wrong message. That's why I couldn't. It's a different Sean. I don't know. The London session has been really slow lately. The past 2 weeks, I think. It's really weird. Okay, what I'm seeing here, I can actually try to get maybe, let's see, right there. I'll add a scale in.
Order submitted.
This may work against me. Don't. I just do this because I see once it passes this deviation level, it might get down here. So we already have momentum here coming down. So that's why I did that. Hmm. Strike through, underline. Okay, sent it also to your Telegram, Sean. Ooh, Matthew's still here. Yeah, I just don't know how to interpret the volume or even market profile or volume profile. You know those numbers? I try to do that, but I'd rather base it on price action. Yes, I know those. Yeah, those are levels, but also the levels that I use really are usually the deviation levels of the VWAP, Matthew. Just in case you may be asking, because basically what the volume profile is really levels, best based on volume or even the market. So what I base that is in my lack of understanding to use that, I use basically the deviation levels of the VWAP. A lot of people like the VWAPs. I do too. Because the VWAP is more of a dynamic indicator, meaning it adjusts to the market volatility. Oh, I didn't get my. Oh, I only got one there.
Order filled.
Okay, there we are. So now eight contracts coming down. Let's see how we do this. Like I said, the target is this next swing, right? This structure right there. Because there's no structure in between, so that most likely it's going to try to get to that structure, unless it wants to create a higher low. But in this case, we have momentum down, going down based on the MACD. We're below the zero line. That's why for me, the higher probability of it trying to get to this next structure, which is right here. Again, I said momentum. There's really lack of momentum right now. Again, I wouldn't tell my students to take a scale in here because the momentum is really weak. New comments. Okay. You have the V. You say the VWAP, but do you also use the deviation levels, Matthew? You might just be using the VWAP. Yeah, a lot of traders I know just use the VWAP, but they don't have the deviation. Either that or they have the what we call the what's that called, that VWAP where you are able to base it on a candle. I forgot the name. So somebody was asking why this is all messy. So let me do this. This is the basic chart that I have my students, beginner students, so there's not as messy like this, so they can actually try to see the thing. So I'm looking here at the 5 minute. We've already tested this. You see this? We already tested this fair value gap. It might possibly test it again and go back up. That's might, but right now let's see how it goes. Right here, testing this down here. It may Again, it may test this what we call the mid band of this Keltner channel right here, right? So we just have to pay attention. Now, someone had said, "Wow, that chart is too messy." Okay, so here's the chart that I give my students to learn the system. Let me just get this a new chart. Say we're doing MEQ here, right? We're doing it in Zarenko, which is right there. Oh, yeah, I should switch this to, yeah. Right now, it's too late. I'll have that on a different chart, 64 by 16. So this is going to be the basic. So this is the basic. Where is this? The basic. Uh, right here. This is the exact same chart that I give my students. Oh, look at this. It's coming down. Let's see how that loads up first. See, right now we're 207. Let's see how that's strong enough momentum to really get right through the VWAP. We may come back up and then come back down. Yeah, right here. So this is basically the basic student right there. Clean. This right here is really the, I don't have this right here. So this right here, that's the trend indicator. If you can follow that, a 5-year-old can follow that. It bounces off. You're going up. You want to see the reversal candle to take a long. So yeah, just as long as you follow a reversal candle going up, then take the long. If you have a reversal coming down, then you don't want to take that. You want to wait for a reversal candle coming up. So these are your swings, and also you see we're getting our, the structure. You're seeing higher lows, higher highs, as well as you're following the indicator there, the trend indicator, as well as what's a good indicator, also a trend indicator, is the 233 or the 200. I just basically made it a 233. Now, if I had this right now, where this is where my entries are, right? Wait, hold up. That's the wrong one. Yeah. There. See? I'm basing on that structure right now. I'm hoping it's going to break the indicator, right? It may bounce off that because usually it does, like it did here. See this? So once I get a reversal candle, I'm out. But I'm basing it also where we are on the MACD. So this is your basic chart. Very clean. You just have to understand, and I give all the rules how to trade it. How do we install indicator on NT? Ivan, what are you in here? What do you mean? Yeah, you're in here. You're in the room, right? How do you install indicator, right? So what indicator are you looking for, Ivan? You still in the room here? Ah, okay. Here. So what you do, go to your chart. You want to install it in. Go to indicators, right? Did you already upload that indicator? Or not yet? Did you upload it to your chart? What do you mean by upload your chart? You need to do this. Go to your control center. Right here. Go to tools, import, NinjaScript, and find that chart and upload. Did you already do that? Okay. So Ivan here, I'm showing it right now. Go to your control center, go to tools, import, right? Go to NinjaScript add-on indicator, click on that. And if you're looking for that TSS, I think it's what, trend indicator or something. Yeah, it's trying to bring up my, there we are. So if you're looking for that here, so what am I looking for here? The TSS, right? And just pick that out. There it is, right there. Just pick that, click on that, open, and say no. It says there if you want to upgrade or something like that. Because there's a newer thing on your chart. Say no to all. Everything say no until it says there it's successfully installed. Okay, Ivan, try that. And once you get that, then you would go. Let me know when you do that. Okay. We'll do one step at a time. Do this. Basically, upload it to your NinjaTrader, meaning you're installing it there. And when you get there, let me know when you get there, and I'll show you how to install it in your chart, step by step first. Okay. So this is the basic chart. You can see. Let's see if it breaks through this. If it does, it's gonna really try to go after this structure right here. It may break the structure, but for now, let's see if there's good momentum that it will. If it does, then I will bring it down here to the 233, just like right now, this is the 5-minute chart, right? So now, like I said, it may break through this fair value gap since it already used it right here. Okay, so this is just the basic. That's how clean my students learn the basic strategy. The one I'm showing here right now that I trade on is really what? It's really more advanced. And when you learn the basic strategy, you'll understand what this chart is all about. Not like that guy, he sees it. Yeah, I understand he's seeing that. Okay, so you're done there. Okay, so this is the next thing you do here, Ivan, is go right here on your chart, right click on your mouse, go to indicators, and look for that indicator, right? So you should find that indicator, that trend should be somewhere here. It should be under T, right? Everything's all done by, let me see, trend. Yeah, right there. So click on that, right? When you click on that, then you want to go, when you click on that, double click and bring it down there. Once it's down there, say okay. After it says okay, let me know when you do that. Then you have to go back up here and reload your, I think I gave you a template, right? Reload your template because it's going to be on your template there. Okay, so now you did that. So now you go load this, go here, templates, and reload whatever I sent you. I believe it's whatever I sent you there. Reload that. And then upload your screenshot on our Telegram and I'll look at it. Okay? Let's see if we have everything right. Right now, right, you see it's trying to bounce off this indicator, and that's what it usually does. And hopefully it does continue coming down. So here, if it hits that target, I have 8 contracts right now, but not all at the same price because we scaled in. So that's around what? 103. So that's around close to maybe 700 or so. Unless I want to bring it down based on further down, maybe try and test the next level would be, yeah, around here somewhere, let's say, right there. Again, depending on how strong that momentum is. If you know how to gauge momentum. Well, that's why you need to load that chart template I showed you. You need to go here and go here, templates, then load. And load that chart template you see there. Load, it's going to show you these, whatever chart template I had you upload. Take a picture, upload it to our Telegram. You want to see it. Did you already do that? Let me see here. I see it. Okay, so now as you see here, let's see what happens here. What I might do is this. I may even split this order up. See this? Target 2. Yeah, let me do this. Decrease. Bring it down here to the let me put that around. So this one's going down here. This one is going here. Oops. Sorry. Got that clicked out right there. This one, let's get down here, the 2. Because if it does hit this, I may just enter more contracts. So again, let's see how it's going to react there. Let me see what you sent. No, it looks fine. What's so weird about it? Okay, so if you go look at that, the most important thing, like say, go to your indicator again. It looks fine to me. So wait, let me see what happens here. And I'll show you the settings for that. Okay. Okay, so let's do here. So we'll go indicators, go to that super trend, right? I think it's down here somewhere on my thing. Right here, right? Here are the settings. Make sure it's ATR, right? Oh, you know what? I even have it wrong. This should be 21, I think. Yeah, 21. This should be 4. Okay, I have it wrong. Oh, look at this. So here, so yeah, this is the most important thing right here. ATR 21 4 EMA 13. Okay, get that, and that should be fine right there. So now we're breaking that indicator, right? This may test. This may go further down. I may even just bring it down here because these are the levels I my profit targets are usually based on these deviation levels. Here we have the VWAP right here. We have a deviation of 0.25, deviation of zero point 0.5, and then you have a deviation of +1. Okay, Sean. See you guys. See you. Take care. God bless. Bye bye. So let's see what happens here. If it's going to bounce. Oh, see, I usually trail, but I'm caught up doing things. So usually let's give it up to here. I don't want to. I don't want to have this trailing stop loss too tight, and then it hits it, and it continues coming down in the same direction that it's going. Because I know it's gonna. If it's gonna try, it's gonna try to test this level up here. If it does bounce up, but I don't want to. I'd probably leave it there. It's still. I still make a profit. At least it's not a loss. But then I gave up all this profit. So you just want to wherever you want you put your trailing drawdown. That's fine, or trailing stop. It's up to you. It's really a trader's preference. How does it look like now, Ivan? 'Cause right now, what you sent me here, why do you think it looks weird? I mean, it looks fine. It's really that green dash. Yeah, it looks fine to me. But now, hopefully, you put those settings on here. So here are we. Let's see what we can get. So what was my loss? It was like 100 something. So if I can get 1,200 here, I made at least a $1,000 profit for this day. Again, we have strong momentum. Look at this. Just look at your MACD. It's not crossing the mid band of this Bollinger Band, right? It's on the bottom of that band, meaning that's strong momentum. Like here, it tried to cross, but it never crossed the mid band. It just kept on going down. Again, there it's bouncing off their favorite. This is a very strong, very strong either support, especially here when price is coming down to that level, that zero point 0.5. It's very strong support in this case. Well, if it's going up from the bottom, it's very strong what resistance. Let me see if I can find an example. Yeah, right here. Well, basically, bouncing here is too close. It's bouncing off a -1 or +1 deviation, coming back down and testing what the VWAP. Oh no, not really the VWAP. Going back to the mine. So it went from here, from the +1 or even close to 1.5, and went down here to the -1.5. But then again, these are kind of narrow. And as the momentum gets stronger or the volatility in the market gets stronger, these levels start to widen up to to basically show what the volatility of the market is. Or you can always change that in your setting if it's too thin. It's usually called the width. You can always increase the width of that line. I think I have it at what? Um, what do I have it at? I have it at uh, on there, right there. I have it 3 points. You might have it at 2. If that's too thin, then you might want to do it at 3. Why you have to? You don't have to reboot your NT. Just fix the width. So at 5 minutes before the top of the hour, Hopefully, it's going to help when it hits the top of the hour that it will continue coming down. Hopefully, again, this is a good. This is really a good area where it might bounce off. So what I'm going to do is we got 5 more minutes. Let's see. You see this white line here? That's the bottom of the Keltner channel. When from the top here, or the top of the bar, right, it may just hit this bottom. But again, you have this is another deviation level, so that's why I'm aiming down there. Let's see what happens here at the bottom of that Keltner channel. See, it's trying to break through that zero point 0.5 deviation. There it goes. Come on. Hmm. Maybe I might just switch these two around. And if it doesn't get all the way down here, just close it out. Right there. Four minutes before the top of the hour. Let's see what happens. Let me see. Okay. Where is it on the? Okay, I see it. Great. Good job, Ivan. Yeah, that helps you stay in the trade. 2 minutes. Let's see what happens here. It may actually uh, pull back, but it's gonna eventually get down. Just look at that. Look at that uh, momentum on the MACD. It's still not crossing the mid band of that Bollinger Band. Yeah. What do you mean? What's a legitimate trade? When you just stop it out? Yeah. That's called what you're usually doing is scalping. Now you don't want to be doing micro scalps. Apex doesn't like micro scalps. I mean, when you hit that, okay. First of all, I'm going to ask you a question. How many contracts are you trading? I'm doing 200 at a time. $200 at a time. That your profit target is 200 each trade. If you're doing that, then you're fine. Yeah, okay, then you're fine, Lara.
Target filled.
There we go. You still have some momentum coming down. Now, if I want to secure this, I may just want to just secure this right there. It may just jump up here. Right? Probably right there. Yeah, I'll just do it right there. I don't want to risk that for it to jump back up because that's basically a deviation level right there. That's one of their favorites to jump up also. Yeah, it may just get up here, stop me out. Again, we still have strong momentum. I might just bring this up because our momentum is still down. See that on the MACD? I mean, if I see this going up and you see a yellow like this, then yeah, I would take that pullback or that stop loss. But we still have, you see this is still going. This may test the 21 EMA to tell you the truth. So I might have my stop too tight. If it does stop me out, it starts coming down, yeah, I'll take another trade coming down. There, we have a reversal bar. Now you have the yellow, right? So we want to see this. Now, if you're seeing this, I usually use a fib to see where the 50% is and base my stop there. Or you can just say, okay, most likely it's going to get up to the 50%, which is there. That's a danger. So that's why I have it here by the 21 EMA, just in case it wants to test the 21 EMA and then come back down, which it does sometimes. But we're so well below the zero line that still there's momentum to the downside. Again, what hit my target was maybe only 2 contracts. So really, this is the brunt of the trade right here. 6 contracts. Let's see what it does here at the 21 EMA. Or yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at the ticker. It's not that strong of people coming in. It's only +7. That's really mediocre. If I start seeing like +10 and above, yeah, then definitely it's going to try to get up. Oh, this might disconnect. Since I don't see no movement, my server might disconnect me out. So Let's see what happens here. I mean, base this on the 30 right here. This pullback. Yes, if it does get up here, then that's 50%. And then, but the thing is, I don't think I want to risk it. I mean, it'd still be profitable, but not as much. See a I want to see a reversal candle to the downside. Hey, JR. So to really explain this basic price movement, when you have a this is what we call a run, right? If you watch my videos on runs and retracements, the basic things, this is basically a run. When you have this, most likely you're going to have a pullback. You see this long run? This is basically the first pullback, and usually the first pullback is going to come down and test this low. That's why if you see this run, a long run like this, wait for the pullback and then enter on the reversal bar, and that's going to give you more of a run to the downside. That's what how it usually is, especially on the first pullback. That's just a tip. Okay, so this is the first pullback of this, this run to the downside. Always pay attention to that. It may, like I said, it may still pull back all the way to the 50, then come back down. I mean, the mid band. When I talk the 50, it's really the mid band. When I talk about the 55 EMA, it's the mid band of this Keltner channel. That's why I'm still in this trade because there's a probability it's going to pull back, which it did, and now continue coming down. Happens more often, but it doesn't happen every single time. But the high probability is there. Again, when we trade, we're really trading on probabilities, and probabilities are never 100%. Some may be 90%, but never 100%. You have to have more patience now. Times it. Let's see what happens at the bottom of the hour at 5:30. If it's going to make a move here, either the upside or the downside. So since we have what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this even lower now to tighten up my stop. Well, I was wrong there. I should have had the 6 where it hit the 2. Just thinking that since it was strong momentum, we continue coming down, but it didn't. So that was my mismanagement of my trade. What do you mean? What do I recommend, JR? Ah, you're talking about TradeZilla. Yeah, I recommend that. It's just taking so slow. Oh, just get 200s here. Get down to 300. I'll probably take it. Yep.
Stop filled.
So I only made 404 there. I could have had 1,000 on here. So this is going up. You may want to, let me see here. We're not really quite
Order filled.
above the zero line, but we have the momentum going up. Yeah, let's see. Let me just take a, see what this, let me test this V or this mid band. Let's see. I'll just take a scalp here, or maybe 200. What is this setting on here? Yeah, I just want to see what my settings on here. What I'm using. I have no idea. It's not showing me. Up 650. Good trading, Lara. See ya. Enjoy the beach. Good momentum going here. So I'm gonna.
Order submitted.
Yeah, market's closed tomorrow. So we have long trade this tonight. In fact, there's a news release, economic news release on 8:30 Eastern, 8:30 p.m. here in the Philippines. We'll see what happens to that. I don't trade the news. I just trade the after effects. Bye, Evan. So that'll be my last trade right here. Almost close to the bottom of the hour. Trying to make it smooth right here. So where's our next? So we basically came up here from bouncing off the what? The 0.25 deviation on here. And where's our next break of the BOS? It's really up here. But now I'm just really basing on this indicator, the uh, what's it called? Trend indicator or imagate here. But right now we have fairly strong momentum, so it may just bust over that because we're getting above the zero line right now. But again, it may just bounce off the mid band here and come back down. See, that's what it might be doing. Yeah, that's what it looks like it's going to try to do. That's fine. We'll see. If we see a reversal bar here, then I'm out. It's going to definitely, if we see a reversal bar here, it's definitely going to test the VWAP. I mean, it's a bad trade that it took going up. Since we're below, like I said, I usually tell my students to follow the trend indicator, which is actually still down. So what it's doing here is really pull back into the mid band, and that's a good entry to go down. Since we have this coming down, pulls back into the mid band, and then we continue coming down, creating a lower low. So I might just get out of this trade, even though we see this was really a shallow break of this zero line on the MACD BB. Again, it all depends on what it does with a reversal candle. Three minutes before the bottom of the hour. It's 5:30, bottom of the hour. No move. Yeah, it looks like this is going down. I'm gonna close this out for a $60 loss with chain
Order
pan
filled.
to take advantage of this one. So let's see a reversal bar first. Again, we're just in the minimal here, crossing the zero line. But if it does close here, a reversal bar, most likely you'll see a dot going downwards. So I'm at only 343. I'll trade until maybe 6, and then we should be done after that. Again, we're bouncing off. It looks like we're bouncing off the mid band of the Keltner channel, and we're just waiting for a reversal bar here. Those of you with reversal bar to the downside is usually a white colored bar like that. If it's a reversal bar to the upside, it's usually the blue color. So we're waiting for that white color. And probably go ahead and this is going to be more of an aggressive trade to enter this.
Order filled.
There's the white bar. Most likely, I'm going to try to test that structure right here. So I'll probably bring it down right there. Because the structure below this is really the next one is, yeah, probably right there, right by the VWAP and the 233. So that's why I'm bringing it out there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. And again, this is an aggressive move. I'm scaling in.
Order submitted.
Why is it aggressive? Because it may bounce off this deviation level right here. See, look, now we're now below the zero line here. So really, we don't have momentum. That's why that's a day. This is going to be a day. Let's, you know what? Instead of having it there, I want to see it break the right there. That's where I want to go. So what happens? We have around what a little over 17 minutes, a little 17 minutes to see what happens if they make a move here. If not, that's fine. So market is closed tomorrow. So tonight will be the last night that I'll be trading the morning session for this week. So I'll be doing that. I'll be posting that link for the New York morning session. It's usually around 10:30 p.m. here in the Philippines and 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Again, like I said, this is a very aggressive move when I took that entry. Let me do something here. In fact, if you try this, you take a picture of the chart and put it on ChatGPT, and it's going to analyze the chart for you, which is really cool. So let me take a picture of this chart. Wait, hold on. Let me just go to ChatGPT. Try that. Go to ChatGPT. Let me see if I can get to there. ChatGPT, take a picture of this chart. Camera right there. Take a picture of that, and you will see what it's going to say here. So what I put here, I've been provide trade signals and analysis of chart and trade and tech and technical analysis. And this is what it's going to say. Really cool. And it already says here, instrument MNQ 625 micro E mini chart type Ninja Renko. They had it wrong. That's 64 by 16 with multiple custom indicators. So here, trend overview, prior trend, strong bullish move, pullback, sharp bearish move down after the final HH, which is the final HH is really up there, right here. That's what it's talking about. And pullback, sharp bearish move down after the final. Okay, current action, price rejected hard off the lower Keltner zone. Okay, well, basically right here. That's where right there's your Keltner. Got rejected, and buy limit right, triggered at low. He said that's great entry. A buy limit. Momentum oscillator shows bullish, right? Cross from the oversold area with green dot, and now buy signal confirmed. So basically they're seeing a buy signal. Right now I do have a sell signal there. So let me see here. So trade signal number one, long current setup. Entry at 18,557. 18,557 right here. So they're saying they think I entered long, which I didn't. I entered short. Maybe the entry should be long there. Confirmation bullish divergence in green reversal dot on oscillator. Well, you see this now, it's reversing down, right? So now we're below the zero line. Targets structure retest. So the first target would be based on a bullish entry. Was one. Let me see. 18,589. 18,5. Maybe this might be right. Right there. That would be That would be the first target, and the second target 18,620, which would be up here. Yeah, right here. That's where I had before. Who knows? Maybe that is correct. Signal number two, conditional short, only if price falls below 18,589. So did it fall below 589? Yes, it did. Here's 18,589. Yeah, it fell below right there. So that's a conditional short. Entry would be below 18,570. 18,570. Yeah, that's where my entry is. So what I'm entering here is a conditional short. Target retest of cloud. So basically 18,540. 18,540 would be that's my first target. Or no, that's where I actually have a scale in. Wow. You're trading live, monitor reaction to 18,589. 18,589 will determine what's going to happen here at 589, which is basically up here, right? Right at the mid band of the Keltner channel. That's the pivot of deciding whether bulls regain control or if it turns into a short-term lower high, right? So basically, that's basically what I'm trading right now. It's going to depend on what's going to happen here at the mid band. So time is it? Oh, it's already 3 minutes. I might just take this, end this live stream and see you guys later this evening here in the Philippines. 10:30 a.m. Eastern in the U.S., 10:30 p.m. in the Philippines. You got about 3 minutes, and I gotta go. Well, right now we don't have a reversal candle up, so we can't really say this is a higher low. If it does close right here, yes, then it's gonna be a higher low. It's gonna create a higher high. And right now you have a swing here, right there. It's a structure right there. That's easy to be breaking up. Again, depends on what's going to happen here. They're trying to determine what they're trying to do. It hasn't produced a reversal candle yet. If it produces a reversal candle, the color blue, then that's actually confirmation that you're getting a higher low. When you get a higher low, that confirms that it will have to make a higher high to basically tell you that the trend is now continuing back to the upside. Our overall trend here is really what? It's up, right? So you would have it right here. If you do a Fibonacci retrace, the high up here, right? Actually retraced at around 38% level. So your first target, if I'm going to take this, would be really up. I'm going to really do this. It's going to be up. Wow, it's going to be way up there. If I want to do a long-term thing there, that's where it's going to be, or at least up to here. So again, this may be going up, and again, you see what's going on here. They don't know where it's going to go. This may momentarily come down, because right now we're getting lower highs. Until you see something where you get a higher low, then you may want to switch up then. So that's what you see, and basically the same thing with what ChatGPT is saying. You want to see what happens right there, right at that mid band. Okay. With that, I am going to go. See you guys later this evening, or in the States, going to be later this morning. And stay safe, stay green. God bless. Bye-bye.